Okay, welcome back. So now I've completed up to row 47 on my sample here. So we followed this pattern along until row 47, where we have 3 pearly blues, 3 regular blues, 3 glittery blues, 3 pearly green, 3 regular green, and 5 glittery green right in the middle there. And now we're at the point where we have a bit of a pattern change. And we're going to start these smaller kind of triangles right in the center of the mat here. So right here we just finished row 47 with the 3 pearly beads. Now we're going to start to add in the purples. We're going to start with glittery purple here, just 1 bead on the edge. And for these center rows, we're going to keep going with the blue stripes just as they are until they finish by meeting in the middle. But for these side stripes, we're only adding 1 bead of each color instead of 3 in a row. So like if we're looking at this row right here, we only have 1 pearly, 1 regular, excuse me, 1 glitter. And then we add the next color instead of doing 3 of each. So for row 48, we are going to pick our beads. And we're going to start with 1 glittery purple bead, and then 3 pearly blues, 3 regular blues, 3 glitter blues, 3 pearly green, 3 regular green, and since we had 5 glitter greens here, now we're going to go down to 3 glittery greens. And that's the center of our row. And then the rest of the row will just go in reverse order of these colors. So 3 regular green, 3 pearly green, 3 glittery blue, 3 regular blue, 3 pearly blue, and then the 1 glittery purple on the end. So we're starting to add in our purple again. So we're adding the glitter purple in this row. Chain 1, as usual. 2 single crochet stitches. Add our glittery purple bead. And we just have these kind of thinner lines moving to the center now. Instead of the wider stripes made of 3 beads across, we're just doing thinner stripes of 1 bead across of each color. So I'm going to continue on to finish this row here, and then we'll flip our work and choose our beads for the next row, and you can kind of see how that pattern is going to emerge for the just very center of the mat. Coming to the end of row 48 here, working my last 3 pearly blue beads, and then a sparkly purple one at the very end. And we'll turn our work and start row 49 here in a second. And whereas on the bottom of the mat we would have added another glittery purple to keep with the pattern, this time we're changing it. We don't have enough to do big bands of 3 beads of each color left. If we want to use these 2 cases of beads. and not have to buy more beads. So let's pick our beads for the next row here, row 49. So we're going to start with one regular purple bead, and then the glitter purple, and then we're going to keep going with this color order just like we had. 3 pearly blues, 3 regular blue, 3 glittery blue, 3 pearly green, 3 regular green, and then here we had 3 glittery green right in the middle of the last row, so now that's going to go down to just 1. And that's the center bead of this row, so then the second half of the row we'll just use these colors in reverse order. 3 regular green, 3 pearly green, 3 glittery blue, 3 regular blue, 3 pearly blue, and then 1 glitter purple and 1 regular purple. And that's how we'll end our row. So here we go, row 49. Start crocheting. Chain 1 and 2 single crochets as usual. Then we start with the regular purple bead. And then the pearly purple bead. And then we go back in with the blues and greens like we've been using all along. So we're just starting to see the very beginnings of our purple row. That's right here. That's going to be a skinny purple row going all the way to the center of the mat. And right at the center where the 2 glittery purple ones meet, that's the very center row of the mat. That is row 65. And then after that, we just reverse out. So we've kind of started to set our pattern here. And my bead row got all messed up. So we'll keep going with row 49 now that we've got all our beads laid out. And then I'll meet you back here when I'm coming to the end of the row. Coming to the end of my row here. This is row 49. And adding that last glitter purple. And then my last bead is just a regular purple bead. Two stitches at the end of the row. Now we can turn our work and start row 50. So when we're picking our beads for row 50, we can see at this end of the mat we have 1 regular purple and a glitter purple. And now before we add those two, we're going to add a new purple color, the pearly purple, then the regular purple, then the glitter purple, just 1 of each color. And then we'll move on to our blues as usual. 3 pearly blues, 3 regular blues, 3 glittery blues, 3 pearly greens, and now at the center of our mat, we've used up all the glittery green. So now we just need 5 of the regular greens right in the center of the mat. So there's our center. No more glittery green for this row. So now we just do these colors in the reverse order to finish our row here. 3 pearly green, 3 glittery blue, 3 regular blue, 3 pearly blue, and then our purples. Glitter, regular, and finally the pearly purple. So there we go, that is our row 50. And we can start crocheting here. So we're making our little purple start to the triangle. Chain 1 and 2 double crochets. And then we start with the pearly purple. Then the regular purple. And then our glitter purple. And then on to the blues, on down our row here. So this is what it looks like for rows 48, 49, and 50. We're bringing those purples back in. So we'll keep crocheting on down the row, and then when we turn our row and start row 51, we're going to add some pinks. Coming to the end of row 50, I'm adding my last 3 beads here. A glitter purple, a regular purple, and the pearly purple. So now we've added one of each of our purples at the start and end of each row. So when we turn our work to start row 51, we're going to add our pinks in. Just one each, one at a time. So we're going to start by adding the glittery color first, just like we added the glittery purple first. So we're going to add a glitter pink. And then this same order, kind of how we already did. A pearly purple, a regular purple, glitter purple, then 3 pearly blues, 3 regular blues, 3 glitter blues, 3 pearly greens, and then on our previous row, we had 5 of the regular greens here in the center. This time we'll just have 3. So that's the center of our row, and the rest of the row, we'll just use these again in reverse order. So 3 pearly green, 3 glittery blue, 3 pearly blue, and then the purples in reverse order, a glitter, a regular, a pearly, and then finally that glitter pink. So there's our row. We'll start crocheting, and hopefully you're starting to see the pattern for this little center triangle, where we're going to start with these colors here. Chain 1, 2 single crochets, glitter pink, pearl purple, a regular purple, glitter purple, and then back into my blues on down the line. I realized when I was setting my beads out for this row, I forgot to put the 3 regular blues in there, so don't forget those. After your 3 glitter blues, come the 3 regular blues, and then the 3 pearly blues. So sorry I forgot that. Same pattern as far as the blues, nothing changed there. I have to say, I'm really liking how this is turning out with mandala yarn. The bead colors changing and the yarn colors changing. I think it looks really cool. And I had planned to make it perfectly symmetrical in terms of the yarn colors and stop using the yarn at the halfway point, but I think I'm just going to keep going with the rest of my ball of yarn here of mandala because I really want to see the blues and greens. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. So now I'm into my purples, glitter purple, the regular purple, the pearly purple, and finally our glitter pink. And that's the end of row 51. We can turn our work and start row 52. Okay, so for row 52, we're going to keep working on our center diamonds here, center triangles, where we finished our 3 purples and those are kind of moving in. We added the glitter pink here. Now we're going to add the regular pink in this row. And the row after that, we're going to add the pearly pink so that we have like pearly, regular, glittery for the pinks, pearly, regular, glittery for the purples. And we're going to keep going like that all the way up until we have a pearly, regular, glittery for blue. And at that point, you're probably going to be running out of beads. So that's going to be the center point of our map. So for row 52 here, we're going to pick a regular pink to start, then the glitter pink, then the purples, pearly, regular, and glitter. Then back into our blues, 3 pearly blues, 3 regular blues, 3 glittery blues, and then the greens, we've got 3 pearly greens. And right in the center, before we had 3 regular greens here, now that's going to go down to just 1. And that is the center point of our row. So the second half of the row will have these same colors in reverse order. 3 pearly green, and 3 glittery blue, 3 regular blue, 3 pearly blue, and then the purples, pearly, regular, glittery, and then our pinks. We've got 1 glitter pink, and then we're going to end with a regular pink for row 52 here. We're getting close to the center. It's exciting. So we'll start with our pink. And then the glitter pink. Pearly purple. Regular purple. Sparkly purple. And then down on the line with our blues here. I realize as I'm coming to the end of row 52 here, I put my purples in the wrong order when I laid them out. And so I started crocheting and it just looked wrong. So trust your instinct if that happens. We need to continue the pattern of the glitter. So the glitter purple is going first at the end of the row here. Then the regular purple. Then the pearly purple. And then we end with our 2 pinks here. Our glittery pink and our regular pink. So our diagonal lines are still moving nicely, and the start of the row matches the end of the row here. So we can turn our work and start row 53. And this is going to continue the same pattern we've been going on, adding new colors on the edge here. So we've already got our glitter purple, our glitter pink, our regular pink. You can guess that we're going to add a pearly pink on the end here to start this row. 1 pearly pink, 1 regular pink, 1 glitter pink, and then the purples. Pearly purple, regular purple, glitter purple, and then back through our blues here. 3 pearly blues, 3 regular blues, 3 glitter blues, and then in the greens here we had 1 of the regular greens in the center last time. So now this time we're going to have 5 pearly greens in the center. Our greens are starting to fade out. So that's the center of our row 53 here. And then the rest of the row, we would do 3 glitter blue, 3 regular blue, 3 pearly blue, and then back through the purples, glitter, regular, pearly, and then the same for the pinks. Glitter, regular, pearly. So now I'm going to show you how to set up the next row, row 54, and how to keep continuing in this pattern. So now in this little triangle we've started, we're always adding the glittery version of the color first. So the next row, 54, would be a glitter orange, and then pearly, regular, glitter pink, pearly, regular, glitter purple, then our 3 blues, pearly blue, regular blue, glitter blue, and at the very center of the row we're going to only have 3 pearly greens. So this is how row 54 would go, and then the same colors back out over here. And then when we turn our work and start row 55, we're going to keep going with these oranges. And we'd start with a regular orange, then a glitter orange, and then through the pinks, pearly, regular, glitter, and then through the purples. Let's move these up a bit. Pearly, regular, purple, and then the blues. 3 pearly blues, 3 regular blues, 3 glitter blues. And then in the center of our row, we would have just 1 pearly green. So this is row 55 here, where we're starting the row with an orange, regular orange. The rest of the colors will be the same over there. And then row 56, you can see that we're gonna start with a pearly orange, then the regular orange, then the glitter orange, and so on. So you're gonna keep adding your colors like that. The first stripe to add is the glittery one, then the regular, then the pearly one. So then after we did row 56, where we started with the pearl orange, row 57, we're going to introduce the yellows and the glitter version of it first. So I'm going to keep working a little bit on our rows here, and I'll catch back up with you when we get closer to the center and show you how to deal with the center of the mat. Okay, so here we are after row 56, and this row started with a pearl orange, a regular orange, and a glitter orange, pearl pink, regular pink, glitter pink, and through the purples, and then our big stripes of blue here. So for row 57, we can start adding in our yellow color here, and so we're going to add in the glitter yellow color, and then all of these same colors in the same order till we get to the center, and we're only going to have 3 glitter blues here. So we start with our glitter yellow here, and then we'll do the orange, pearly, regular, glitter, and the pinks, pearly, regular, glitter, and the purples, pearly, regular, glitter. Then our 3 pearly blues and our 3 regular blues and our 3 glitter blues for the very center there. And then the rest of the row will have all these colors in reverse order. And then the next color after, or the next row after this, that would be row 58, we're gonna start adding in our regular yellow color. So the row would start with the regular yellow, then the glitter yellow, and then all of these same ones except for only 1 glitter blue. And then after that, we're done with the glitter blue in the center section here. And then the row after that, we would add in the pearly yellow at the beginning. Pearly yellow, regular yellow, sparkle yellow, and then all these same colors, same order: pearly orange, regular orange, sparkle orange, pearly pink, regular pink, sparkle pink, pearly purple, regular purple, sparkly purple, 3 pearly blues, and then in the center of this row here, that would be row 59, we'll do 5 regular blues right in the middle. So that's our yellow rows that we're adding yellow on the end here. So I'm going to work on those and show you how they look. They're just going to look just like these in the corner. These small triangles are building, and our blue triangles in the center are just kind of shrinking down, and we keep working toward the center. So these are rows 57, 58, and 59 here. Keeping on going with the pattern, and then we're going to do the same thing with the greens. So in row 60, we would start adding the glitter green on this end, and then the same ones we've been using here. That would be glitter green, pearly yellow, regular yellow, sparkly yellow, and so on. And then row 61, we would do the regular green, then the glittery green, then all the yellows, the pinks, the purples, and so on. And then row 62, we would have the pearly green, then the regular green, then the glitter green, and moving on in, and these blues are just going to keep shrinking, and fewer there. So work through those rows up until you get to row 62. That's where we're adding our glittery green one. And if you're not following this, how I'm laying them out here, feel free to go download the pattern PDF from Ravelry that has row by row, all the color order. And you can mark it off each row when you're done. All right, let's keep going on toward the middle here. Okay, here we are after row 62. We have just finished adding the 3 green beads on each end, and we're coming to the center rows of the mat. So we just finished this one here that has 5 pearly blues in the center. And we've got one row that's going to have 3 pearly blues in the center, and then one row with just 1 pearly blue in the center. And row 65, the very center row of the mat, has a sparkle purple in the center where this triangle and this triangle meet right there. And then after that, the rest of the mat is just kind of a mirror image. So row 66 is the same as row 64. Row 67 is the same as row 63, and so on. So you just go all the way back down to row 2 and finish with a row of single crochet at the top. So for these next couple of rows, we're going to be adding our blues back in on each edge, and at this point you may be running out of blue beads. So we're coming to this edge where we're going to add our blue colors, and you may be down to your last few beads of these pearl blue ones. You need 151 pearl blue beads for each side. So if you're running out here and you don't have enough to do these next 2 rows, you have a couple of options. One option is you can open your second case of beads that you're going to use for the second half of the blanket. And the number of beads of each color is a little bit variable between each case. So your second case may have more beads, and this one might have just been kind of a light case. So you can open up this one, count out 151 beads, and if you have any extra, then you can put them over here and use them for this half. And if you still don't have enough, you still have 2 more options. One option is you can just substitute another blue color because you're going to have plenty left of the other blue colors here. You know, whatever color you run out of, you can just kind of substitute the closest match. Or if you just want to make this the center row of your mat, you can do that and just skip rows 63 and 64. And just pretend like this is your center row 65 here, and then just start working back out. Open your next case of beads and just start working the second half of the mat the same way we made the first, just in the reverse order. So I have just enough. I'm going to have a couple extra from this bin of the pearl blues. So now we're going to start row 63. And we start by adding the glitter blue. We've been adding the glitter color first all along here. So 1 glitter blue, and then we go through the greens, pearl green, regular green, glitter green. Then we go through the yellows, pearl yellow, regular yellow, glitter yellow, the oranges, and then the pinks, pearl pink, regular pink, glitter pink, and then the purples. Pearl purple, regular purple, glitter purple. And then right in the center of our mat, we're going to have 3 pearl blues. And then the rest of row 63 here is just going to be the same. The purples, the pinks, oranges, yellows, greens, and then that glitter blue on the end. So I'll work this row and come back and we'll see how it looks. Okay, there's our row 63. We've got that glittery blue one on the end. Now let's pick our beads for row 64. We're going to start with a regular blue and a glitter blue. Then we'll go through the greens, pearly, regular glitter, and then the yellows, pearly, regular glitter, and the oranges, pearly, just one pearly, regular glitter, now our pinks. And then the purples. And then in the center of the mat here, we had 5 pearly blues, then 3 pearly blues. Then we'll put 1 pearly blue right in the center. And then the rest of the row will be mirror image of this. Glitter purple, regular purple, pearl purple, glitter pink, regular pink, pearl pink, and so on. So here's row 64. Okay, that was row 64, where we're starting with a regular blue and a glitter blue, coming into just 1 pearly blue in the center there. And so now we're at the halfway point. This is the center row, yay! I hope your mat is just stunning and you love it. And let's crochet this very center row together, row 65. And I'm just getting into the green of my mandala here. I've got a little bit left. And I think I am going to make mine symmetrical. So after this row, I'm going to cut my yarn and show you how to join a new cake of yarn in case you want to make it symmetrical. Of course, you can always just keep going. No rule that says you have to match the colors on both ends of the mat. So for row 65, if you have any pearl blues left, see I've only got 4 left here, we're going to start with one of those. If you ran out of pearl blues, just use another regular blue, no problem. It's not going to mess up the pattern because this is the very center of the triangle. Just use what you have. So we're going to do pearl blue, regular blue, glitter blue, pearl green, regular green, glitter green, pearl yellow, regular yellow, glitter yellow, pearl orange, regular orange, glitter orange, pearl pink, regular pink, glitter pink, pearl purple, regular purple, glitter purple. And now this glitter purple is going to go right here in the center. So that's the center bead of row 65, our center row. So then the second half of the row, we just do regular purple, the pearl purple, and then we go back through the pinks, glitter pink, regular pink, pearl pink, and then back through the oranges, glitter, regular, pearl, and back through the yellows, glitter, regular, pearl, and through the greens, glitter, regular, and then pearl, and then finally the blues, glitter, regular, and pearl. And this will be our center row. Let's crochet it together. It's the very heart of the mat here. And I think it's very appropriate that we came into the green color of my mandala here, since I started on the purple. Because green is the color associated with the heart chakra, and this is really like the heart of the mat, which I love that. So we start with our pearly blue, and we'll just keep crocheting on down the line. And I took my mat yesterday. I was crocheting it a little bit to the library, my local public library here in Bayfield, Colorado, and I taught free crochet lessons during the self-care fair. And I love to teach people how to crochet. I just teach the chain stitch first, so we're chain stitching, and oh, it was so great. I taught some little boys how to crochet and some teenage girls and several adults, including some librarians and the director of the library. And you know, it's impressive how fast the people pick it up. And I feel like I'm getting better as a teacher, which is exciting. Maybe I'll do a workshop sometime or something. But everybody, when they first walked in and they saw this mat, they were like, oh, wow, what is that? And everybody wanted to touch it. So that really got me thinking that this would be a great item to have at a craft fair table. Even if it's just a display piece that you don't want to sell, you know, if you use it as like a tablecloth, I think it'll really attract attention. Because everybody at the library wanted to know what was going on with this mat. and the beads and the rainbow colors. So I hope you make one, and I hope you love yours. And if you're halfway done with me here, you're probably well on your way to making a really beautiful one. And I think this would make a great gift too. So I know I'm gonna keep making some more. And also I might do a little giveaway, a bead giveaway for this one. And I do have some of the extra Hobbii yarn that I used for my first sample. It's kind of like blue color. So I have 4 more balls of those, so I'm going to see if I can put together a little yarn kit and do a giveaway video here pretty soon. I'm going to move everything down a little bit here so we can see it. And coming to my purples, pearl purple. Regular purple. And one more. The glitter purple. Now this is technically the exact halfway point of our mat. Right here, we've added this pearly purple bead. You see our pearly purple triangle has come to completion here, right in the center. So if you really wanted to use, 2 skeins of mandala or make it, switch colors at the exact halfway point, you can. I'm gonna wait till the end of the row to change my yarn, and I'll show you how I crochet over the yarn tails. They hold in really securely because of the beads. I think really help hold the tails down. And I do find it a little harder than usual to weave in tails with a yarn needle, just because there's less space to really thread the needle through when you're working with beads like this. So I think crocheting over the tail is just fine. Of course, you can do it however you like to do it. It does start to get a little heavy and sliding off of my table here, trying to crochet on my coffee table, but this is the point where it's like kind of nice to crochet with this in your lap because it's kind of like a weighted blanket. And normally I crochet on the couch like in the evenings, and I think it's just really relaxing to make the second half because you can kind of use it as a just weighted blanket kind of thing while you're crocheting. Okay, last bead of row 65, pearly blue, and work our last 2 single crochets. Okay, there we have row 65, glittery purple in the middle and the pearly blues on the outside. So now we're at the halfway point of our mat, and so now is the point where you could you know, close this box and start the next one. So you're opening up your new box of beads, and of course you can transfer the leftovers into this box, you know, but break into your second bead box there. And then I am also going to make a mirror image of my yarn colors here because I'm using this gradient yarn, this self-striping mandala yarn, and I'm going to make the mat symmetrical here. Now, if you're using a kind of just solid color yarn, like my first sample here, you don't need to do anything. Just keep going on the same skein you have going. But you can use this technique anytime you need to add a new skein, or like right now, if you want to kind of control the colors and start working from a separate skein. So I'm going to cut off a tail and leave, I don't know, maybe 8 inches of tail here. What is that? Maybe like 15 centimeters, something like that. And then I'm going to choose where I want to start on this yarn cake. And since I'm working with green right now, and I'm going to work back out to the purple on the edge, on the very edge that'll be the end of my mat. So I'm going to try to find the junction right between like the green and the yellow, because that's where I want to start again to make a mirror image on the second half. So I'm going to leave a little green in there, like enough for, let's say, like 2 rows, since my last kind of 2 rows here were green. So I'm going to keep a little bit of green here so I can do a couple of rows, like maybe that much green. And I'll cut it here, and I'll save the rest of this for later, as well as the rest of this skein. I love the turquoise. They're a gnome, so these won't go to waste. And I'm going to start crocheting with this green here, and hopefully get a couple of rows out of it before I move back into the yellow, and then I'll crochet back out toward the purple here, and hopefully not run into too much of that dusty purple before I'm done, so we have a matching blanket. So we're going to turn our work and start row 66. And from here on out, every row is the same. You've already crocheted its counterpart down here. So for row 65, we had like pearly blue, regular blue, glitter blue. Row 66 is the same as row 64. Row 67 is the same as row 63. Row 68 is the same as row 62. That started with the pearl green. And row 69 is the same as row 61. That started with this green. Row 70 is the same as row 60. So you just keep going back out, and you just keep moving one further out. And you know, you could put like a stitch marker or something down here to keep track of your rows, or you can just kind of visually look. So for row 66 here, we're going to start with just one regular blue, then a glitter blue, then a pearly green, regular green, glitter green, pearly yellow, regular yellow, glitter yellow, pearly orange, regular orange, glitter orange, pearly pink, regular pink, glitter pink, pearly purple, regular purple, glitter purple, and then the very center one will be that pearly blue right there. And then the rest of the row will be just the same, going back out. Glitter purple, regular purple, pearly purple, glitter pink, regular pink, pearly pink, and so on. And then for the next row after that, we're going to just start with the glitter blue one. And when we get to the center, we're going to have 3 pearly blues again. Then the row after that, we just start with the pearly green, and we have 5 pearly blues in the center. So I hope that makes sense. You can always download the pattern PDF on Ravelry and print it out so you can keep track of your rows. So that's on Ravelry.com. Just look for Pretty Peaceful. And now I'll show you how to join these 2 yarns, the yarn we cut and then the new yarn. So we'll start as usual with our chain 1 and our 2 single crochets. Actually, I think I'm going to add the new yarn here. Okay, so I'm going to yarn over with the new yarn and do my chain and 2 single crochets with that yarn here. So that counted as a chain there. We'll do 2 single crochets, and I'm holding the yarn tails over the work, and as I insert the hook, I'm kind of just going around those tails there. So there are my 2 single crochets. I'm going to add our first bead, this regular blue here, and just continue to work around the tails, holding them over the top of the previous row and just kind of catching them inside those stitches. As you work your 2 single crochets, now we have our sparkly blue. Work that stitch as usual, but hold both yarns on top there. And I'm just going to keep working over the tails until they run out. So like I said, you can find the free written crochet pattern on Ravelry.com. Look for Pretty Peaceful. That's my kind of crochet name on there. And you can also find more like pattern support in my group on Facebook called Pretty Peaceful People. It's such a lovely group. Everybody is so supportive, and there's some very knowledgeable crocheters in there. And you can get advice, and if you ask a question there, I'll do my best to answer. And I just love to see things everybody makes. Everybody has been making those artisan market baskets lately. So beautiful, and all the different color combos and ways people add their handles or make lining or kind of do different like embellishments. It's just been really fun to watch. So join our group, Pretty Peaceful People, if you haven't already. And if you are already in the group, thank you for coming. I just love it. It brings me so much joy. So we're coming kind of to the end of working over these tails. I still got a little bit of tail here, so I'm just going to keep going until the tails disappear. You can give them a little tug and make sure there's nothing loose. And just keep crocheting over those tails. Like I'm just about done with that one tail, maybe one more stitch. Now I'm just crocheting over one of the tails for a bit more here. And I'm just about done crocheting around that tail. One more stitch maybe. And now I'm done crocheting over both of the tails. They're not noticeable at all. They really hid well in there. And when you look at this, you can kind of start to see our arrow going back that way. So our like yellow is going to move back out like that in the center, because we're just going to repeat the same rows we did in reverse. So here's our row 65 here, and the colors are going to start moving back out toward the edge because we're going to repeat these rows here. So that's it, and you'll just work all your way back down to the end and work one row of single crochet so that your top row matches your bottom row. So just crochet into each stitch across to finish that last row without adding any new beads. And I hope you enjoy your mat. Thank you so much for watching this long video. Happy crocheting.